This are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlisters Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPN TV from viewers like you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in Smart Black Woman TV. I am Vernita Williams, your host, and we have also Charles Cummings. Welcome.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, and as we always say, like, comment, and share our videos. We are here to share it with you, and hopefully everyone enjoy our shows every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we're going to start off our show with a few things, but before we start our show, I would like to know, Charles, how was your week? How's your day today? How's everything going?
I had a good day. Took it easy today. My schedule wasn't too busy. Today was my off day. So I took it easy for the most part. What about you?
Well, of course, as usual, it's a work week. So now I'll be going into a new chapter next week. I'm in construction. I tend to move around quite a bit, depending on what my hustle is, So I feel like right now I have been in construction for so long. I'm going to take a step up to make some additional changes in our life. So I'm just hoping everything goes very well with it. You guys pray for me. I'm entering into a new era of life in construction. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, but yet rewarding. So I'm very excited about it. Today, this week will be my last week with the company I'm currently with. I'll be moving on with a new company. I'll be working more with developers and developing all of these fancy high rises, luxury buildings. So it's going to be fun for me. I am so excited to get into it. I'll be starting there immediately next week. We have a $500 million project that is going to be starting in September. So I'm going in to get my feet wet. So I'm all ready to get it started. So as I said, guys, pray for me as I move into this new chapter in my life and the new journey. I think it's going to be great and also rewarding. So in addition to that, Charles, I'm very excited to mention that you've been working out every day. I mean, putting in 5 miles a day and just diving right into it. A conversation we had last week. Tell me about what working out every day and what it has done for you.
Well, I think what sticks out most is how it relaxed me mentally, and it helped me realign and get centered. And if I do get to a point where I feel overwhelmed, it's good to go out and walk, So I don't know. It's a good replacement. A lot of people, I don't know. a lot of people choose medications and things like that for different things. I think it's a good idea to just start with natural remedies like walking it off, something as simple as that. It helps a lot. But
Yeah, a huge stress reliever, right?
right, right,
Yes, it does. And it gives you time to yourself, to think within yourself and all your thoughts and appreciate, you feel more appreciated when you're walking and when you're exercising. And a lot of people have started exercising and working out, and it's great to see. I'm just so glad to see a lot of my friends now starting to work out, doing more healthy things, treating their bodies much better, paying more attention to their health, which is very important to keep us here longer.
right.
And so, congratulations to the many of you who have started working out this week and last week. I know it's a challenge. And as we said, just getting out there, just starting is the hard part. Once you get your foot on the ground, you'll be fine. Even if you're feeling like you're too tired when you get off work, just get on out there, go anyway. Just go out, even if you have to walk a couple of blocks, even if you have to walk down 3 houses from where you are and you walk back home, you're feeling like you did something for yourself. And this is just a great start, because so many people think that they have to put a lot of time in working out, and you really don't. Right, Charles?
Right. And yes, that's right. I'm sorry, the mic it was mute for a second. But yes, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to don't forget to clap for yourself. It's important to just cheer yourself on and validate yourself, because no one else will ever be good enough to validate you. You're the only qualified person for the job. So I think it's a great thing and we should normalize just clapping for ourselves, patting ourselves on the back, and encouraging ourselves first.
And you know what? In saying that, that's a great start for us in the show. I would like to say August is Black Business Month. I would like to shout out to many of you who've started your own businesses, who have your own business going on. I know there are a lot of challenges that you have when you're starting your own business. I've had challenges, starting my own business, but I continue to keep it going, because it's all in who I am and what I do for myself. So don't feel bad. Don't get you down because your friends are not, supporting you. Do as much as you can to get them to support you. Even phone calls, sometimes help. Just a text, to tell them to come out and see you, at your office or at your shows or whatever it is you're selling at, whether you be in retail or whether you have services that you offer. I do have some friends that I do support, and I send their information out. People who are calling, sometimes you have issues with your homes, and many of you do. And I'm praying continuously to all the people who have had floods in St. Louis. Charles, I know, during your walks and your time in exercising, because you do a lot of your exercising outside.
Right.
Tell me about what you have seen during these walks with these floods. So many people have been removed from their home because the damages that it has incurred during the time of those floods. So they've taken a hard time right now. What have you seen, on the streets? Have you seen, a lot of people furniture? What's the changes that's going on?
Well, I see that they are moving forward with a lot of the cleaning of the houses and removal of the cars off the roads and things like that. So I think that things are coming back together, and it's almost like nothing ever happened. So I think things are moving forward as far as just rebuilding in the sense.
And that's good. As I was saying, I was speaking out in Facebook the other day, and I was telling a lot of people, because I am in construction, and I know that when you do have floods, because even in construction, we have things that happen on job sites, and when there's a flood, the best thing to do is work really fast at getting the water out of your house. So if you have to rent, those vacuums to get the water out of your house, the best thing to do is move fast. Many people try to focus more on trying to gather as much as they can for the insurance companies, but you're waiting, as a week go by and 2 weeks, mold sets in. So you don't want that to happen. So the best thing to do is try to remove that water as soon as you possibly can, and that will help in you recovering faster, and not having the mold smell in your house, because when you get mold smell in your house, you can never get it out.
Right.
You pretty much have to redo your walls and your floors and everything to get that smell out of your homes. So I would like
Right.
to say to a lot of you, I wish you well, and hopefully your recovery is fast. And look like we have someone texting, and that is Esther Ruth. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. This is a childhood friend of mine for many years. I've been knowing her pretty much since I was in kindergarten, so you might as well say some 54 years. I've been knowing her. So she's joining us today, and we really do appreciate you. As I always say, please like, comment, and share our videos. We're so happy to see when you guys join in and also engage in our conversations. So just getting back to our show. Our show is beginning today about some comments that go on in Facebook, Instagram, YouTubes, and all throughout social media, Twitter, all of those social media platforms. People make comments, and people want to hear the feedback that come from many comments. So I have a few comments to make, and Charles as well. So with Charles and I, we elaborate on a lot of different things, and we like to get, our conversations out, because we talk, we constantly talk about what goes on around us in social media, whether it be family, friends, whether it be some gossip that's gone about, whether it be from the radios, things like that. So we like to get these things out that people like to talk about, because
Right.
that's what we all do. We talk.
Right. My mom is my best friend. So whenever I see something, the latest news, I'm calling her first.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talk about it. So this is our talk about it day. So today we're going to start off with sports. Many of you men think that our conversations and our videos are all about women and gossip and things like that. But no, we also talk about sports, because we too like basketball and football. My mother is one of the biggest football fans that I've ever known. Football and basketball has always been on television. It didn't come from my dad. It came straight from my mother, from the days of her growing up as a youngster. So I like now to talk about a conversation that came about with Charles Barkley. I don't know if you guys heard about the conversation he made about Steph Curry. Steph Curry is one of my most greatest players. I love Steph Curry from the first day he had landed on the basketball court. I don't
Right.
follow him in college. I wait to NBA time, NFL time, and if there's someone that's playing remarkable, I tend to follow him, and I follow him forever. LeBron James, all the best players, I tend to follow them real deep. Steph Curry is one of them, and Charles Barkley, he made a comment about Steph Curry. What Charles Barkley said was, Steph Curry could not physically handle the 80s basketball. My take on that is a bit different. What about you, Charles? I'm going to leave my comments last, because what do you think about Steph Curry playing ball with the 80s teams? Would he be able to handle it physically?
You know what? I think that Steph Curry, he definitely hustles. So I don't want to take that away from him. I'm gonna stay in the neutral zone and out of the middle of that one. But I think they all worked hard, so I don't want to take anything from anybody, when it comes to that.
You
But
know
it's
what?
definitely Team Curry. It's Team Curry here though, for sure.
Yeah, I'm Team Curry. I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is the way I look at a lot of different things in life. Okay, I look at it this way: Steph Curry is a great basketball player. If Steph Curry had started in the 80s, I think physically he would know how to play in the 80s physically with these tall guys, just like Muggsy Bogues. Muggsy Bogues was a short guy,
Mhm.
but Muggsy Bogues was able to play ball
Right,
with
right,
much taller people than he. So
right.
I would believe that Steph Curry would be able to himself physically handle 80s football. Physically, Charles. I know you had your comment about it, but Charles Barkley, this is for Charles Barkley. I thought about that when I said Charles. Charles Barkley, I think I beg to differ. And I know you would argue me. You would argue me. You would argue it all day and night. But Steph, I'm on your side. You let Charles Barkley know you can handle it if you were in the 80s too. Okay?
I,
You'll
Curry
probably be
definitely
more
would have handled
surprised.
Charles Barkley.
Huh?
Curry definitely would have handled Charles Barkley, that's for sure.
And you know what? He the guy. And then you know what? When you play with certain people, just like anything, when you play with certain people, you get better.
That's right.
You get better at your skill. So Curry playing with Mike, I can't imagine. He'll probably be Michael throw him the ball and probably lift him up. Ball probably would have been a bit different because it would have been acrobats at that point, with Curry and Mike Jordan playing together. So that's my take on it. So, and that's how I feel about it. I don't know if anyone else or
That's a
any
dangerous
guys out there,
comment.
you guys are listening to us when it comes to the sports. And of course, we're going to bring on these segments about sports, pretty in many of our shows. So you also can engage because I know there are a lot of guys out there that follow sports really hard. And we would like to also have them to communicate in all of our conversations as well as everything that we speak on. We speak on businesses, we speak on we speak on relationships, things like that. You guys have relationships too. You have everybody. We're all going through the same lifestyle. So we might as well communicate with each other. Like I said, we're outside. Come on outside. Yes, yes. So that was one of them. So another one comment we were gonna bring up today is I don't know if any of you seen this video. I'm going to have Charles to speak on it a little bit, and I've also seen this video. It's very disturbing, but yet this is what happens. It's we're going back to the police. And reason why we're going to continue to speak on police and the police behaviors is because our safety is very important. We have to all live together. We also have to be comfortable enough to not feel as though our lives are at threat when it comes to engaging or communicating with police or coming in contact with them. So these are some of the things that we see. People pull out their phones and video, and we can thank God for these phones and these cameras that capture a whole lot of things that many people hide behind and tell lies behind, but you can't tell a lie behind a camera. So
Right.
once you're on camera, it tells everything that you're doing. You can shut off your camera, but you better believe there are many more continuing to play. So Charles, this is a communication about the video you and I was talking about, and you saw the cop where he choked another cop, which was a female cop. Tell us about that story and how it was going.
Well, it seemed like they were trying to, I guess, get someone under control. I guess someone that they pulled over. I'm not sure if it was a stop on the on the road or what. But evidently, a different officer, the female officer, was out of line and upset the male officer, and he got so upset that he choked her out and pinned her up on the car until he got his issue off and expressed his emotions. I guess it was very emotional, if you ask me. But it just shows you that it doesn't even have to be anyone else, as far as the person that they're arresting, or whatever the case may have been. But it's there. It seems like it's their own personal issue that needs to be dealt with if they're fighting themselves, at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I saw that video too. It seems though there was a black guy being arrested. He was being a little combative. Everything got in control. Once everything was in control, they put him in handcuffs. They placed him in the vehicle. Long comes the super cop, comes running to the scene very later as all of this had taken place. What he did was, I guess he overheard the confrontation and communication over the airways. He gets to the side. He gets to the scene of the incident very late, after they had already calmed the guy down, after they got everybody in place, everything in place. Just before they were about to close the door and the guy in there, here comes Mr. Super Cop. Ones that we hate to run into with a big attitude, goes over into the car, starts speaking to the guy, cursing him out, saying all kinds of things to him. And then he claims that, and then he threatens him that he's going to mace him. He pulls out his mace, points it at the guy. The young lady, the other cop, which is a lady cop, she was the one that helped to handle the suspect that was in the car. She was very upset because they had already taken care of the guy. The guy is already apprehended. He's in the car. He has on seatbelt. He has on handcuffs. There's nothing the guy could do. They had already taken care of the situation. But Mr. Super Cop wanted to spark it up a little bit higher, which upset the female cop. And she was like, man, come on. She pulls him by his belt pants because he was leaned over into the car speaking, talking to the suspect that was in the car. And she pulls him by his belt to pull him out of the car away from the suspect and tell him, we took care of this. Well, he got really angry with her because she was pulling him away, taking him from what he wanted to do, pulled him by his pants. So he turns around to her, curses her out, tell her never to put her hands on him, grabs her in her throat, choking her. And she's a cop. So you can imagine, hadn't she been there and he would have been the first one on the scene, what could have happened to this guy? He may not have made it home that day.
Right.
So these are things we like to bring up. We want safety. You are here to serve and protect us, not to harass and kill us. So the understanding of cops are not looking at people as though they're there to serve them, but they're there to bully them from all the days they felt they wanted to bully someone. They're able to bully someone with a license. So these are things that we're trying to eliminate, trying to get a little bit better understanding, trying to get these cops training, so that we're not in these situations where we're attacked, even if we're saying things or speaking to them in our tone, but yet they feel intimidated by who we are and what we say to them. Whether we be right, they don't like you to be right sometimes because they, as people, already have issues. So there are many of them out there. There was another story that went on. I don't know, Charles, if you saw that other story. There was another story that went out where the cop had killed the whole family and himself. So that was another story that's out there too, where this is a cop that had problems in his house. And so he ended up killing himself and his family. And these are things that people are going through, these mental issues that need to be, people need to be focused. People need to focus on these people. and whoever it is that are going through these issues and problems with family members that have such anger issues that need anger management, getting so upset that they won't even take time to just listen and listen to themselves, but yet they have this anger built up and it's hard to try to get them to calm down, and they need therapy. Many people need therapy, families need therapy to help to try to get people to calm down and, get them on level ground so everybody can communicate comfortably, not walk and tiptoe around your own homes, because you do have people like that are going through
Right.
those challenges
Right.
in life.
You ask me, everybody needs therapy. I think it's just like a natural thing, a normal thing that should be normalized. Just like you have to get a checkup when
Right.
through with growing, just the older you get, the more checkups you need, and I think the same thing applies when it comes to therapy and your mental health. You got to take time out to invest in yourself, and you
Mhm.
ask me, health is wealth.
That's right. That's right. That you're absolutely right. And that's some things that, we like to talk about, even in business and people starting their own businesses, in the communication that you need from your supporters. You need people to kind of help you to keep your stress, level down. Because when you start your own businesses, you do get nervous. You get a lot of anxiety. And some
Right,
people get upset because, you got yourself out there, you're working very hard, you started a whole retail store, and there your friends are not even showing up to your stores to even help to support you, whether they come in and buy a shirt, whether they come in to buy a sock. Maybe don't have much. Maybe they can come in to help you with your retail stores and things like that. I mean, just to be that support, even if they have flyers, you have a flyer that got put out for you. If you don't have the money to help to support your friends financially, you can help them in other ways, and being a business owner, you have to try to do as much as you can to get people where they are, willing to help to support you. Don't get so upset when you don't get the support you need. Your business is your business and no one else's. So therefore, all that energy you really have to pour out yourself and put it in.
right,
So, and if you're destined to be great, you're going to see the rewards.
right.
You know, you,
Absolutely.
you're going to see the
And I experienced something like that in going through my different phases of success. I used to get hung up on how I didn't get help from who I thought would be there to help me right beside me, and running through the trenches. But I think it, just like we were talking about, just patting yourself on the back. You have to pat yourself on your own back, because the vision, won't no one else see your vision. That vision belongs to you, no one else. It doesn't matter. You can talk someone until you're blue in the face, and trying to get them to see that vision. They may never see it. So, like my mom said, investing all that time into trying to get that vision to come to life is where you would see a better return versus trying to get that support from other people. If you say, you got to have confidence in yourself at some point, and if you say you got it, you don't need anyone else to validate you.
Exactly. Exactly. And we're coming into the half of our show. We will be taking a break. So you guys, as I say, like, comment, and share our videos. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back again.
Still looking.
Right. So we're still on the screen.
So we
Our
should keep
video,
going.
we're supposed to take a break in our half hour, so we're kind of waiting on that break to come through. So if you are still with us, let us know where you are. Where in the country are you? Are you outside the country? Or are you inside? Or what state are you in? What city are you in? We'd like to see and hear from you. All right, looks like we're back on air. And hopefully many of you are still with us. As I say, like, share, and comment on all of our videos. We're here to hopefully entertain you, not only entertain you, engage, and have conversation with you.
Yep.
We were now talking about another conversation that's going on in the waves of social media. And this conversation is about Beyonce. One of my most, I am a fan of Beyonce.
Oh, I was about to say.
I love Beyonce, and I know as many of you do. She
Definitely die hard.
Yeah. What is it, Charles?
Definitely a die-hard fan.
Yes. Yes, Charles saw her up front and center 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, and Beyonce is a great performer. I love Beyonce. Beyonce just had her Renaissance album leaked.
Congratulations.
And that was a
not about the leak.
Yeah, and that was a bit of controversy that came about. And what was that, Charles?
What about Khalees?
Yeah, Khalees.
Yeah, Khalees was upset. Evidently, she sampled some music from Khalees's Milkshake album or song, and it was on the song Energy, Beyonce's song Energy, which is one of the tracks on Renaissance album. And Khalees was upset. I just feel like Khalees came with something to say about it so soon. She didn't give anyone a chance to respond. I just feel like the way she handled it was kind of poor. It was poorly handled. You know, I'm not gonna say what I would have done, but honestly, I don't believe Khalees is even making music anymore, and Beyonce's still making music. So I would be honored if someone was to sample my music, especially if I'm no longer making music, you know. But the funny thing is, they say that Beyonce removed that song or the Milkshake sample from Energy. And today she recently moved it, which is funny, you know.
Yeah, and that's kind of hurtful. I mean, I don't know what Khalees feel about that, you know, being that she's not as irrelevant. And with Beyonce being such a huge entertainer, There's no way I would have come behind the scenes. I wouldn't have put it out there in social media with the comments of stupidity on
Right.
Beyonce's behalf. I would just, kind of, if I had to, I would have gone, to my attorney quietly. Everything would have been left confidential. Even if it
Right.
would have been removed, it would have been moved in that order. Because, some things can be more painful to you than beneficial to you. And with Beyonce, you can steal all of my music.
And I think it's about having different looking at things in a different
And
perspective
I
also.
don't think it's stealing because she put it out there, right?
Right. Exactly.
And it
Exactly.
just put it out there.
Right. And you should, I think, looking at things from a positive aspect, it definitely has its positive and negative moments, but I think the positive always outweighs the negative. So no matter what situation you deal with, if you come with a positive attitude, I think you'll always get the outcome that you're looking for versus being negative about something, and it'll always backfire in your face.
Yeah, and it was someone like Beyonce uh, taking my music and putting it on her album. I just look at it as a paycheck. She just signed. She just giving me money.
Right.
She putting me out there. She is. She,
Keeping
I
you
know.
relevant.
Yeah, no one has been listening to me lately. My music is not, currently on the radios. But what Beyonce did for her, I felt, it was something where it was more sisterhood on Beyonce's part. I think she looked at it that way. And she knew that she would have to pay for the copyrights and everything that she had
Right.
used. And I just think that Khalees, she overthunk it, I guess. I would say, don't overthink it. Just allow everything to kind of settle with Beyonce and the communication. And I think, yes, you said, if you communicate better, about certain things, you get a better outcome. And I really truly believe that. And Khalees, hopefully, wish you well. Beyonce, I know you would do well always. But that was something that didn't have to go out there in social media to that degree. And Beyonce has the power to do everything she has done, and she removed your music from her today's 2022 album.
And well,
And
I hope they work everything out. At the
yeah,
end of the day, I hope they work everything out to where everyone is happy on from both parties.
exactly, exactly. In addition to that, as I say, and I continue to say, still praying for all the people that has gone through the floods and the losses that everyone has taken within that. There was another comment I did want to make, and it was from a radio host. He made a comment that Beyonce's album has a song in it. That song is called "The Church," and he
Yeah.
felt that he would say that that song she made is because Beyonce is gearing up to divorce Jay-Z. It was just very hurtful to hear that negativity get thrown out there. I don't think people should, push these comments about others, especially with married couples. You never know what goes on with married couples. Married couples have ups and downs, whether it be, whatever those ups and downs be. I don't think music, you know, I think Beyonce is so talented that if she's in a situation where she's going to divorce personally, anything that's going to affect her family and her children, she would first do it confidentially. And I don't think she's going to put an album out there and say anything negative about her husband. Even the conversation where your face, I think there was one line that it say, "It's not your face." I don't think she's saying that about her husband. I think she adores his face, regardless of how everyone else looks at him. Everybody is not for everybody. When you
Right.
choose a husband, just as you choose a woman, a wife. You choose your husband. You love your husband. You love everything about him. Beyonce and the Jay-Z has always looked like a happy couple to me. They had their ups and downs in their life. It was in the past. They moved on from it. The communication of people constantly love to gossip about married couples. Married couples are together because they want to be together. They're in love because they want to be in love. They living with each other because they want to live with each other. You know, people on the outside love to comment about what people are doing when they're married. Leave married people alone.
And I think what how I like to live is I try not to speak anything negative over anybody else's situation, especially even mine. You know what I'm saying? Even when you speak negative on the next person, that tends to be the outcome of you, or your own reality. You know, just
Right.
like if you're talking about someone else's marriage, it's hard for you to have a good marriage at home for yourself. So just think about the things that you speak over yourself and other people's lives as well. You wouldn't want it to happen to you. So just try to keep it simple that way.
Yeah, and it's best to, be that way. Just try, karma is real and it goes back in many ways. You think you're doing something to someone and it comes back on you two times.
Right.
Okay. So, in saying that, we try to keep positivity going. Today was a great day. I don't know if it's a great day for you. It's raining in St. Louis, Missouri. How about it's sunny in South Florida? And I wish I could throw some of that. Oh, sunshine over there to you, Charles.
Right, right. We definitely need it here. It was
Yeah.
hot earlier this morning, but it cooled down. It cooled down drastically, and the rain kind of came out of nowhere. I think we're supposed to have rain for the rest of the week.
Oh, and it's going to be torturous for many people, and especially those floods. And they're trying to get water out, and here's more water coming. You know what? One thing about God, you can't stop God because there's one thing you can't turn off. You can't turn
Right.
that Wi-Fi off, can you? Yeah. So, continue to pray for many of you that are going through those challenges. But today, we just want to engage with a lot of people. What's going on out there? What are you guys doing? Where are you from? Let us know, how your lives are going. Hopefully, many people are going through some positive changes in their lives, making positive things happen, doing things a little different. One thing about life is doing different things, you get better results sometimes.
Right.
And making changes does happen. And I do want to continue to say to you, Charles, it's great that, I can look at you and smile. I get goosebumps because you've been very strong and you're doing positive things for many people.
Thank you.
And that is a lot to say, and those that are missing out in such a beautiful life and beautiful person, that you are. I just reach out to many of you that are out there that knows, Charles, you're missing out.
Thank you, Mama. I appreciate that. Thank you.
uh,
I love you.
I love you too, Charles. Yeah, so now we're going to go into just our communication about what happened to me during my social media. I get in social media and I go through all these sites. I make my comment. I like and I share. You guys see my comments and I share them. I make small comments. Some are great. I try to put out a lot of positive things. I try to put out a lot of humor. I like to laugh a lot. One thing I did, I cracked a joke. It was just a joke.
Okay.
It was a video Charles put out there, and I clearly said that I'll kick him in it. I'll kick him in his saggy ass pants. Facebook locked me down. Okay, I was in Facebook jail. Y'all help me. How do I stay out of Facebook jail? I don't want to go to Facebook jail again. I like to make little laughing comments. You know what? Every time I make a comment now, I'm gonna have to say, Facebook, it was just a joke.
Is there any way that you can appeal your Facebook sentence or anything like that? Can you appeal it?
Right? They didn't let me change it. They just put me in Facebook jail and told me it
Right.
was offensive. I didn't think it was offensive. I was just saying the saggy pants.
So is it like an indefinite thing, or does it have like an amount of time, a time limit?
Yeah, I was in there 24 hours. That was my
Oh,
first time.
okay.
You know, they tell me what happens. Okay, it was 24 hours only for my like and comments.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I think it was a week for something else. You know, like I couldn't post another video. It's going to be a week or something, you know. So they didn't let me do any videos. I won't do any live under my name or anything like that. But I have many pages. So I just jump on another page and I keep I may have been locked up over there, but I wasn't locked up over here. Okay.
That's a smart move.
Yeah. So if you want to get out of Facebook jail, you got to have a bit of creativity going on so you can continue on with life. And you know what? Just speaking of the saggy pants, I want to bring that up. I am an older adult. There are many older adults out here. The saggy pants, okay, the pants under your butt.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's time to grow out of that. It's
Right.
time to put your pants up. You're no longer a kid. Pull your pants up. I saw a rapper that was at the what was the name of that event down in Miami?
Rolling Loud.
Yeah. What is Rolling Loud, right?
Right. Yeah.
There was a rapper on the stage and he decided to jump off stage and he had his pants under his butt. This guy had to be in his 40s. He fell off the stage because he tripped because of his pants were under his butt. Pour your pants up, man. You're no longer a kid. You're not young. I mean, that was a young fad thing that was going on. When you wear the pants and you had the color underwear and you had the designer underwear on, that was just a fad that youngsters went through. But the adults seem to keep it going, you know, and you're so old that you're still wearing your pants around. You young ladies, I mean, the ladies out there, you know, how do you feel about these men with their pants under their butt? Do you have a husband or a boyfriend that's well over his 40s with his pants under his butt and the underwear? You know, what is all about that?
I think it's crazy. It's to the point where it's not even just the butt out, you know. I think the front private area has been out too, you know. It's getting to the point where they got it. Just take your damn pants off altogether. What's the point of even wearing the pants? Just walk around in your drawers, if you ask me.
Right. And the one man made it best. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
For real.
Hear that song. Yeah, and also there's something else that's going on. The tattoos. I love tattoos. Some of them are beautiful. When they start going up the neck and covering the face and all over the top of the head. Now, I wonder now, when you are in your 70s, and all of those tattoos that you got all over your eyelashes, your eyelids, on your forehead, on your lips, on your neck, you know.
When that lion turns into a saggy cat.
You wanted all your life. You think that will be the look they want all their life?
Well, now they have things like the laser tattoo removal, you know. I heard that it hurts too, but hey, you have other options versus just living with the tattoo.
But I heard the tattoos hurt, period. You know, I mean, I've never had a tattoo. Of course, you know, you don't put...
We didn't get tattoos. We couldn't get tattoos.
You don't put bump stickers on Bentleys. I have no tattoos. All you see are just natural tattoos. Might be a burn here from a skillet. That's about all I have.
Hey, that counts as a tattoo.
Yes, but also we have to pay some bills again. And as I say, like, comment, and share our videos. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. right. Look like we're back in the house. Charles, so what's going on for the rest of the week?
For the rest of the week, I have no major plans yet, just yet. Just a normal day in and day out, working, hustle, everyday hustle, bustle. Um, but besides that, I have nothing exciting going on. What about you?
Well, as I said, I'm ending a week. I'm ending my time with the company I've resigned from. And when you get ready to resign, you get a whole lot of more work.
On purpose.
So I got that little communication where, Vernita, can you do as much as you possibly can before you leave? Because oh my God, it's just so much. We're gonna have so much.
Right.
Yes, I do understand. Yes, I'm a very busy person right now, and that's what I'm doing. And you know what? One thing about me, I'm not the one to resign and then say, "Shit, I'm out of here in a couple of days." I ain't doing nothing. It's just not in me. I have to finish, because my reputation is everything. I've been doing
Mhm.
this. I've been doing this for so many years that my cleanup and my last visit, I want people to think positive of me. And I'm just reaching out to many of you to just tell you that if you're resigning from a company, even if you had felt bad about that company, do your best because your name will follow you. And if a company knows you and you're in a certain industry and you plan on staying in that industry, the last day that you have, the impression you left the last day can follow you for the rest of your life and your career. And the last thing you don't want is people who own companies that are in that industry, they know other people that are in the same industry. Your name get out there in a bad way, believe me, it's going to follow you, and people will not hire you because of how you treated someone else. So that's something that I do. I do treat people the way I want to be treated. I do a best job because that's what I do. I go to work every day. I make the money. I expect for you to pay me, and I expect for you to pay me for the wonderful job that I've done. When you hire people on your house to fix things, leave good impressions. If you're fixing something in someone's house, you got to fix an air conditioning unit, whether it be a stove or a refrigerator. If you left water on the floor, ask them for their mop if you can clean it up. Do great jobs so that that last impression you left with that person that you've done work for, they appreciate you. You get more business. And by me being who I am, of course, those are the company that I gave me the greatest opportunity called me back because the last impression that I left at that company. So now I will be going into, I have my own business, of course. I will have more businesses beginning. So I'm going to look for a lot of supporters. There's a lot of things I'm going to be looking to do with many people in cities. I'm going to try to make transformation in some of these poor neighborhoods that are out there. I'm going to get some investors behind me. And that's my communication right now. Getting these people that are my close friends down here in South Florida to go into the poor neighborhoods and the neighborhoods that don't have everything, ones that are all run down, that needs an uplifting, and to change them. So all of you that are out there, you construction workers that I know, I'll be reaching out to you. And of course, Charles, you my right hand man. I will be calling you for many things, so get ready.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm always here to support you and whatever we doing. Yes, I'm always like, so what we doing? I got your back 110%. You've always been there for me. So the least I could do is at least do the same.
Exactly. And that's what you call support. That's what you call family support out there. You do things that can help everyone around you and your family. So we try to
Right.
reach out to many of you as we started our conversation today in the show, help to support others in Black businesses. We have to grow within ourselves in our own communities. We need to make change in our communities to make them better. If it looks good, the kids will act good. And if your neighborhood is clean, they wouldn't allow the other kid to throw paper on the ground if it's clean. So we have to try to help each other and support each other in our neighborhoods. We might have some rundown, but you know what? If you clean the yard, it'll look so much better.
That's
and,
right.
And people act different too. When you're in the great environments and your environments are looking nice, I've been in construction a long time. So I've seen poor neighborhoods come into, and a lot of gentrification has taken place, yes. But some of those residents were able to move back in those neighborhoods, especially down here in South Florida in Liberty City. And I'm sure that in your towns as well, where if you've seen the what it used to look like and what it looks like today, like downtown St. Louis, it's totally different. You have lofts now. I haven't even seen yet to see the lofts and the new restaurants having down there now.
Right.
These that make people act different.
Right, absolutely. And I think before we leave, I think I wanted to say happy Black Business Month, and try and do your part to contribute to a Black business, or even start your own business. And don't be afraid to step out there on faith and start your business and start stepping into your purpose on purpose. Do what you want to do what makes you happy. Do what doesn't feel like work, every day when you get up, it'll change your life. Trust me. And also don't forget to validate yourself. I mentioned that earlier, and just motivating yourself and patting yourself on the back and convincing yourself. The hardest part to convince is yourself. It really doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you. What matters most is what you think of yourself. So.
All right. And as I say, like, comment, and share our videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a great week, and the weekend is coming. Take care and be well.
Programs like this are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlisters Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPN TV from viewers